Hey there, it's Walt. So those of you who follow my blog or my social feed know that a few weeks ago I announced a big goal for 2022. I'm going to run my first 100-mile ultra marathon, and it was an exciting thing to share, and it was an exciting thing to think about when I got to the end of the year and thought about what it is I wanted to achieve in the year ahead. And wow, it sounded so jazzy and sexy and exciting. And then the reality of it set in. Yesterday we flew from Dublin to Chicago, and then from Chicago to Phoenix for a conference, which will be great. And the travel was about 14 hours, and we got in late, and the actual time was, body clock time was like 3 in the morning by the time we fell into bed. Well, a few hours later, the alarm clock rang, and we got out of bed, and in the dark, in an unknown area of the world, we went out and ran 12 miles. Because that's what the schedule called for. And that's the thing with goals, is they sound really good in the moment, and then it's actually the implementation that becomes challenging, isn't it? And I think it's the reason that so many New Year's resolutions go off the rails, that, the actual day-to-day isn't really terribly pleasant. And I have discovered that for me to go the distance, I actually have to have a very concrete plan. Like, I have to map it out in writing, and I have to actually create the blocks of time on my calendar. It has to be like a calendar commitment, like you would do with a dentist appointment or a doctor's appointment. It actually has to be a commitment to yourself, to myself, in order for me to do it. And so when I was looking at the schedule, I realized that we were going to fly, 8 time zones, and then I was going to get up and do this run. Otherwise, it would be easy to blow it off, because when we don't feel like stuff, when it kind of loses the sparkle, who really wants to engage in stuff that isn't comfortable or easy to do? And the other thing, and this was kind of cool, I had the opportunity to meet my coach here in Phoenix, and having a coach, having somebody to talk to, having somebody to guide, who's done this thing before, that's really helpful. Having somebody who posts on my training platform what I'm supposed to do and when I'm supposed to do it, that's really helpful. So having a guide is a huge advantage in achieving anything that's big, any big, hairy, audacious goal. And so I guess what I really want to share with you is that, it's fun to set big goals, and it's fun to think about what we want to do, be, and have in the world. And yet, if ideas were the only thing that were the sole ingredient of success, we'd all be rich and thin and living on a beach already. But it's the implementation, it's the action, and the action isn't sexy. The action isn't easy for anybody. It's not easy for me. It's not easy for anybody. And so having a guide, having a written plan, and realizing that the things that matter most are about showing up every single day. Small, consistent steps. Mountains are climbed one step at a time. Races are run one stride at a time. Cathedrals are built one stone at a time over long periods of time. And the key is to show up every single day and take just a small step. So whatever it is you've thought about, map out the plan, break it down into tiny, tiny little steps, and every day, show up and just take one. Make it a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. Talk soon. Bye for now.